Liverpool versus everybody. Just doing a kind of review show of yesterday's match. 3-0 win, Huddersfield, as we all know. Um, you kind of take for granted that how good it feels after a win, no matter who you playing, no matter what the score is. A win is just good to go into the week. Hell, just go into the next Sunday as you watch other games and see where other people line up in the table. Thankfully today, I don't think any of those games have any bearing on that. I believe the Burnley Newcastle game do though. So our place could change between now and Tuesday, I guess, or now Monday. Of course, we got a business to take care of in Champions League with the Marabar match at home again. Speaking of that, I was on the Huddersfield channel. One, because they had a lot of chat to talk before the game, so I had to come and just remind them that they are Huddersfield Town, we are Liverpool. But also, they made some good points, and even David Wagner in his post-match conference mentioned how quiet Liverpool was. Said he never heard it that quiet. Whether that's his experiences being there, watching the match, or whatever. Um, and I talked about it and at several different moments last season, and probably before that. We for Anfield to be what it is, or I guess what it once was. I don't know if you can still say that. It's pretty shameful, and there's times where I get tired of talking about it because that's not going to improve anything. And a lot of, I guess, local fans there will have you believe it's tourist fans like myself, or plastic fans as they would call us, I would guess, because we're not from Liverpool. Whatever the case may be, that's another story, another discussion. But just another excuse. Clearly, there's enough homegrown people there that should be able to make some noise. I don't to deflect it on something like tourist fans is ridiculous. So we don't usually tend to get up for unless we're playing a big team or unless we get a goal. It's almost like we have this prepared moan and prepared complaining at the fans at the game, whereas that they can't even cheer. Even when we scored the goals, I mean, there was some noise, but it wasn't. We need the fans to be behind the team every game. Places like Sellers Park and lower lower in the table teams, they cheer their teams on. And that is something that I feel like is a shame that we can't do that consistently. I feel like even our travel support, for whatever reason, seems to be louder than our support at home, which is really bizarre to me. So, but I mean, it is what it is. Not really much you can do about it. It's been the story for longer than I would have, for longer than I wanted, would have wanted it to be. I mean, it's been going on for quite a while. So, like I said, it is what it is, and hopefully that changes. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, I'm glad we got the win. And want to keep that in perspective as well. All due respect to Huddersfield, but it was Huddersfield Town. We should have won. We probably should have scored more. Not probably. We absolutely should have scored more. Matip, I think he had a decent game. But he's got to get those headers. He's got to. There'll be other games where it's a 0-0 and both teams are trying to race or trying to get that deciding goal, and it may come down to that, and he's got to do it. Or it might just be tied 2-2, and we want whatever. Maybe we're down, and we need those goals to tie and to win. So he knows it. He'll be better for it. I feel like he's had at least a handful, if not more, of those kind of chances in a Liverpool shirt this season and just in general. So he's got to finish those. He had some other chances that we probably could have done better with. You feel for Salah. Klopp talked about it. He's going to be our penalty taker after the international situation. Lifting this team through and getting them in a World Cup, which I think is prisoner of the moment situation. I mean, if he did it for them, doesn't mean he's definitely going to be able to do it for us or any other team. But in my opinion, it should be Milner. He's proven last season that he can be the most consistent. So, end of the day, it didn't cost us because we got back. And speaking on that, Sturridge, good to see him score. Whether it was a mistake by the other team or not, we'll take it. 100th goal for him for his club career. Really good. It's nice to hear what he said about never wanting to cause trouble in the camp, and he'll play when Klopp sees fit for him to play, and it's up to him to kind of repay that trust or do well when Klopp gives him those opportunities. He's had some games where he's done well, scoring or not, and he's had some games where he hasn't. He knows that. So, it's just about Sturridge getting rhythm, as he said, and some more of these goals will come. Hopefully we get guys back sooner than later. It looks like Mane and Alana maybe after the next international break. So again, we got a stretch of games where they're games that we should be able to do well in. You know, we should be able to win. You know, you never know, it's the Premier League. You don't want to guarantee that, but I think we're in a good place. We're in a good place. We had the 2 losses; those hurt, of course. Um, the other thing is that they're against top teams, and it's not an excuse. You want to do better than we did in those games, but I feel like we'll come good, and hopefully by the time we're getting guys bedded in back into the squad, we would have been on a good winning run, Champions League and league form, and that'd be like getting 2 new signings, you know, specifically with Mane and Lallana. I don't know the timetable on well, I can't think of his name, on Klein, but to have Lallana back in Sadio would be really, really big. Not really sure the issue with Coutinho, what that's about, if he was okay to play, but they were just being careful just because they didn't want to get him hurt, whatever the case may be. But I also want to talk to you guys about, and I rarely do this because, you know, you guys comment or not comment or whatever, but I'm curious to know if anyone cares to respond. I was talking about with the family, and I was thinking, my opinion was, I don't think because a player scores a goal, he automatically gets a high mark. Especially if he's had a bad game or not a great game, then all of a sudden he pops a goal in. I might have been a little harsh on Sturridge. I think this is Anfield gave him 7.5. I can't remember what Redman TV gave him. I was thinking like 6.57. The family were saying an 8 because he scored a goal, and that should be enough for any player if they get a goal. And my scenario was, let's say a player scores a goal, and I say the final score is 4-3, but the 3 goals the other team scored were directly because of him. Let's say he gave the ball on each 3 goals. Let's say it's Lovren, you know, and he messes up. Literally, he's the reason why they get the 3 goals, and then at the end he gets a header and we win the game. Does he get an 8? You know, I don't know. And maybe that's a bad example, but I guess I'm just trying to say, does your all-around game warrant you? If your all-around game is subpar, but then you get a goal to win the game or just an important goal in the game, do you automatically get an 8? I don't think so, but I'm just curious how people think about when it comes to rating the players. I know some people don't really care, but if you care and you have an opinion about it, please share it with us. But yeah, it just feels good. It feels good to get the win. We got to, again, keep things in perspective, and they're going to be some tougher challenges. And, you know, while it's nice to see that, you know, we played much better in the second half, you know, a first half like that against another team could cost us, you know. Even though we scored in the first half, Tottenham game, I don't know if that was a better first half than the game against Huddersfield yesterday. I really don't. I think they both were really, really bad first halves. I guess we were fortunate in the Tottenham game to get a goal, but you can see how, you know, that game went downhill really fast. So we just got to be better. We got to be better. I don't want to, you know, kill the spirit. And yes, it's good to get a win, but we got a lot to still work on, a lot of things to work on, and I believe we will. And again, just it would be nice if getting this win at home is something that kind of sparks, you know, a string of wins. It really would be nice. And it's good to see that at home we still haven't lost any games. So I like to keep it that way. So yeah, excited about the game midweek. Another game at home. It'll be interesting to see how the crowd is for that game. And then just getting ready again for the game at the weekend. So we'll see you guys sooner than later. All right.